I hope it's okay talking about this. Because I think
Well, I mean, you can briefly touch on the North London derby result if you want, but I mean, I'm not going to say much about it really.
what hasn't been said, I suppose. I mean, but
Son and Kane. I mean, thank God they were in my fantasy team at the time because that's all I'm going to say on the matter.
they won't. They won't. They will not be leaving my fantasy team anytime soon. And I hope Son renews his contract as well because I feared people spouting bullshit about Man United could snap him up. I'm like, fuck off. No way. No
Right
way. Right. So what we've got, I think we said this in a few podcasts before, but we were like going to look at our list of famous people who support our clubs. So I thought because, I'm the Spurs guy and Rob's the Arsenal guy, we would go down a list. So I think what we can do, we can name, we can take in turns to name someone that we may both know that's quite notorious. So
what site is that on?
This is on Genius.com.
Oh, nice. They've got a whole. Hang on. So they've got a whole section full of celebrity fans on Genius.com. I thought it was just for lyrics.
No, it's I think there's a Genius part, like Lyric Reels, Home Studio, Genius Live, all that kind of stuff.
Website that is.
Yeah. So I'll switch over to mine, which just to give people more of an idea of what I'm talking about. So Tottenham have got Abu Dhabi. I'm not sure who that is. Adam
Abu Dhabi. He was an Arsenal fan. Arsenal player. He played for Arsenal between 2006 to 2013 or something like that.
That makes sense why I don't know him.
He was meant to be the next Patrick Vieira for us, but he was always crocked. Which is a real shame because he had potential, but carry on.
Well, he's on this list. Then you've got Adam Caruthers, Adam Richman, Adam Smith.
From Man vs. Food.
Yeah. Is Adam Smith he's usually in the Sky Sports interview, isn't he?
Yeah. He used to be called Baby Elvis on Soccer AM, and he was very much a Tottenham supporter.
Adele.
I knew that one. Yeah.
Interesting stuff. Yeah. Aidan Coleman, AJ Ayer, Alan Sugar. So that's where we're getting. That's where we got our money from for this latest transfer window.
He used to own Tottenham Hotspur, and he almost put them in a bit of financial bother, but they got rid of him just in time.
Yeah, because he couldn't stop arguing with Piers Morgan on Twitter. Which, speaking of Piers Morgan,
oh god, we're going to get into that in a minute, but carry on.
Andrew Luck, Annie Mack, Anthony Costa, Arnie of the Vaccines, Ashley Tierfane, B Live, Barry Sanders, Billy Bean, Brandon Carr, Bruce Forsyth.
I don't know about Bruce Forsyth. I read somewhere he supported Fulham.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, obviously. Carl Donnelly, Cher Lloyd. That was the one I was mentioning. Disgusting. What was that about you making a draw with West Ham? Disgusting. It was fucking one of yours.
It was one of yours.
Was it you, Joe Hart? Did you not save that bloody ball, you bastard?
I now want a clip of Mourinho talking to Harry Kane and Son or someone like that, with that audio spliced over the top of it.
Yeah.
Let's say from All or Nothing or something.
You just have Jose watch a clip of Jose watching this podcast, and he turns the TV off and says, "Fuck off."
Yeah.
So Chris Thompson and Vampire Weekend, I don't know, Christopher Hayden, Claire Tomlinson, Clark Hunt, Claude Littner, Curtis Granson, Daniel Murphy, Dave Bautista!
Oh, Dave Bautista. I liked him in Guardians of the Galaxy. I've got to say, he's one of my favourite people of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I hope he comes back.
Where's Harry Kane? I'll do you one better. Who is Harry Kane? I'll do you one better. Why is Harry Kane?
Why is Harry Kane?
Obviously, I don't know the answer to that, do I?
For God's sake. Right, carry on.
David Arnautovic. David O'Doherty, so that's why Matt Doherty joined Spurs in the first place. He needed some relevance there. I do love watching his My Beefs segments. They're really funny. Yeah. Dev Hines, Devlin, DJ Easy, probably plays a lot of Rocket League, DJ Nihal, Ed Spielers, Edgar Davids, Eric Wood, Finn Balor, oh yes.
Yeah, I know Finn Balor was one.
Yeah.
I was gutted when I found that out.
Yeah, although it's weird because he wears more red than he does white.
That's true. That's true.
Freddie Adu, Fuse, Gail Ems, Gavin Free. I do like a bit of Gavin Free, and I
Who's
miss.
Gavin Free?
He's the British guy from Rooster Teeth.
Oh, I don't know that.
Ever watch Slow Mo, guys?
Don't ask me.
Just watch things to do in Skyrim, and it's like there's videos of like how to piss off the NPCs and stuff, which is
Nice.
quite a funny video. George Rainsford, Helen Richardson Walsh, Ian Duncan Smith, Ian Thorpe. Yeah, just pretend you didn't see that one. Jar Wobble, James Wrighton, Jamie Foreman, Jason Biggs, Jason Sudeikis, Jason Witten, Jesse J.
Yeah, I knew that Jesse J was J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling.
I'm not sure about that. Really?
I think. Wow. What quips do I have for J.K. Rowling supporting Spurs?
You're a wizard, Harry.
Obviously. Obviously. this is probably why there's so much drama in the Spurs dressing room.
That's where you got it
Nothing.
from. Clearly, that you're a wizard, Harry. Yeah, obviously.
Harry Potter and the All or Nothing, Harry Kane, and the millions of golf holes.
Yeah, that's Gareth Bale in the millions of golf holes.
Well,
isn't it?
Kane does play golf as well, to be fair. So,
right. Who else we got?
Joe Nesbu, Joe Wiley, Joe Kinnaman, Joe Redman, John Cena. That's why. I was wondering if he'd ever been to a Spurs game, and you can't see him anyway. So, Jonathan Trott, Johnny Buckland, Jude Law.
Yeah, I knew Jude Law was a Spurs fan, actually.
That is exactly why J.K. Rowling cast Jude
him
as Dumbledore.
Fantastic Beasts, yeah, as Dumbledore.
Yeah, that's exactly that. There's the link. Kelly O'Hara, Kenneth Branagh. Okay.
Sir Kenneth Branagh.
Nice. Laura Trott, Lawrence Okoye, Lazy, which is probably the alter ego of Jay-Z. I don't know.
Well, no, that's the thing. Jay-Z is actually an Arsenal fan, which is weird.
So this is like a parody.
Lazy is.
Lamar. I have not seen Lamar in like ages. He was like the mid 2000s pop icon.
I think the last time I saw Lamar was when he was on Top Gear with the limo challenge.
Yeah, something like that. But
he stormed off after James May got lost in central London on the way to the Brit Awards.
He walked out of the 2000s as well, by the sounds of it. Lamas Brown Jr., Lewis Van Gaal, Luke Donald, Luke Fiasco. That's a bit of a fiasco in itself. Majestic. Matthew Horn, Matt Cardle. Fucking hell. He's a bit Spursy himself, isn't he?
Well, my sister actually met Matt Cardle once at a book signing or something. The fact he's lived off a Biffy tune for so long. Good God.
I know.
He didn't even call it the right thing.
I know. Like, it could have been called Many of Horror, but I guess that just isn't a proper X Factor title.
Can't put horror in the title of a potential Christmas number one.
There's kids watching this. Yeah. Matt Harvey, MC Key, Michael McIntyre. Not my favourite comedian.
Yet another reason why I can't stand Michael McIntyre.
Michelle Dockery, Mike DiMacchio, Nathan Williams of Waves, Nicholas Kyrgios, Nick Caitlin, Beckham Jr. It's getting
Peter Cook. Well, Peter Cook and Paul Whitehouse are very notable Spurs fans. Yeah. Peter Cook, comedic genius, and Paul Whitehouse, comedic genius. So I guess I can give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, Rob Ackroyd. Another Harry Potter actor, Rupert Grint.
And Roger Lloyd Pack, a.k.a. Trigger from Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah.
And he was also in Harry Potter. He was Barty Crouch Sr.
He was. There's a lot of Harry Potter actors in this. Daniel L. Westbrook is in this as well.
Is she? No, she isn't.
I'm joking.
Is she really?
No, it's because she plays Sam Mitchell. Sam Warburton. Oh, that has made my day. Yeah.
Wait, Patsy Kensit. Oh, Patsy Kensit. Yeah, nice, Greg. Apparently, Patsy Kensit. Greg's dad nearly ran her and whatever Gallagher she was married to. That'd be Liam.
Yeah.
too, when they were pissed up walking down the middle of the road on Nightingale's Lane where the rich people lived.
When everyone left
Your dad nearly ran Patsy Kensit over. That's outstanding.
When everyone left the VC last night, and it was just me and Elliot, we were talking about like rugby and football, being fans and stuff. I said like I never really grew up on Welsh football, so I never like had a chance to support Cardiff City or anything like that, because I think my dad was more into football. So I mean, he supported Man U, but I was never really that much into Man U. And by the time I was like growing older, and I just did not have an allegiance, I chose Spurs. So that's where the Spurs thing came from. That sort of thing. But when it comes to rugby, it's just Wales through and through. Wales rugby team, Cardiff Blues, all that kind of stuff. Tell us the story of. We will in a minute, Nathan. Let's just get through.
Yeah, we will in a minute, Nathan. We'll add that as an ad hoc extra on this podcast just for you. Right.
Skepta, interesting. Bloody house music.
Stephen Mangan. I quite like him.
I like Stephen Mangan. Yeah, Steve McQueen.
Not the Steve McQueen from The Great Escape, presumably. Presumably Steve McQueen, the film director.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Hover over it. Maybe it will say.
Genius.
Yeah, the director.
Ah, wicked. Sam Warburton.
I like it gives you a bit of context as well in these.
Oh, there you go. Oh, we should. Yeah, can get up the pictures as well. Didn't realise that. Warburton. He's a number 7. Because that is his number in rugby as well. Because
I want to. If you scroll up, finish the list, but I want to scroll up and find the Bruce Forsyth picture.
All right.
Description after this.
Oh, I remember someone ages ago.
Because I'm really not sure about Bruce Forsyth.
I remember someone showing me like a Jimmy Savile picture where he they photoshopped him in a Spurs shirt, and I was like, oh,
did you have to bring up that name? Right. Steve Nash, I knew that basketball player.
Trevor McDonald. So this is all about. This segment is why Spurs went wrong.
That's Michael Caine, isn't it?
They didn't blow the bloody doors off.
He can't do many, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Anyway, go back up to
Bruce Forsyth.
Bruce Forsyth. I want to double check this.
I'm guessing that has got a Spurs
badge
hang on, somewhere.
So read the whole thing out. Read the whole thing out because I can't really see it.
I'm mad about football. I support Spurs and Arsenal. I know
Spurs and Arsenal. You see, you can't trust him.
How the this is what I did doing FIFA. I select Spurs as my home kit and then Arsenal as my away kit, so that when I'm playing against a computer online, I can have the Spurs kit and then they can have the Arsenal kit, which is embarrassing when I lose, to be fair. But it works wonders. But bloody hell, as a kid during the war, Arsenal's ground was a searchlight base for German bombers, so they used the Spurs ground, and I grew up watching both teams.
That's not bad, actually. It's not quite Brucey, but it's a good old man accent.
Good old man. Come on.
Anyway, if you scroll down to John Cena, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the picture of him holding up the Spurs shirt or wearing a Spurs shirt, because I'm sure there's a picture. Yeah, there we go. See,
I'm surprised that guy on the left
with Jerry Francis of all people holding the other end of the shirt.
Is he levitating the shirt on the right side? Because I can just see him holding it on one side, but it seems to stay
very
up.
Funny, very good. That meme has already got so old.
I'm sure that's like late 2000s, because I'm sure that was a shirt that was designed back then, and like Cena was like early days of being champion.
Anyway, that's a decent. If you want to go into the Arsenal fans one, then and I'll go through it myself.
But I just want to have a look at the I want to look at the Finn Balor one quickly, just to see if there's any pictures of that. Nope, it's just Cyberpunk. Oh, what the what is that?
Oh god! Well, he's tweeted a picture of Harry Kane as Kane, hasn't he?
I thought it was Goldberg at first.
Obviously, there's
no, because then that would,
obviously there's a bit of
joke, would it?
Well, the match was all right, but there was a bit too much hellfire and brimstone for my liking, to be honest. Obviously, you know.
May 19th. Anything happened on May 19th? Spurs related.
I became a dad, I think. I'm not sure.
There we go. There's Batista. That's when he was on Soccer AM. I forgot about that. He was wearing a Spurs shirt.
That's just early 2010s, I think, isn't it? One of those shirts. So, not too bad. J.K. Rowling, Alan Sugar, obviously.
Who are your favourite picks from that?
John Cena, definitely. I'd love to have John Cena as a Spurs fan. It's just brilliant for me.
Yeah.
I've always had a soft spot for John Cena. As much as like people said they were tired of him and stuff like that, I felt like he was just naturally talented at like being on the mic and things like that. And he was trying, he was trying new things in the ring. Where people said he only had 4 moves, and then he was just doing like a springboard stunner of all things.
No, I like John Cena. It's more about when he was gone. I missed him a lot more because he had that kind of charisma about him. Yeah, Greg was pointing out Wayne Gretzky as well, Spurs fan, who's like the greatest ice hockey player of all time.
Yeah,
according to a lot of people.
Let's
which one? Go into the same one, the genius one.
Yeah, sports genius football, famous football fans.
Yeah, it's that top one, and then you scroll down to Arsenal.
Ah, there we go. So
I've got it over myself. So Ainsley Harriott, yes,
yeah, boy.
Alan Davis, who I've met and talked about Arsenal with after a stand-up show. I saw him at the Grove in Dunstable, and everyone there was a long line, obviously, and he was doing a signing afterwards and like a meet and greet type thing. And I waited in line, and everyone before him was like, "Oh, QI, Jonathan Creek, yada yada yada." And I went up to him, and I remember we were going to play. I think we just reached the FA Cup final that year. This was 2015, I want to say.
Yeah.
And I'm going, "Oh, who would you rather have, Liverpool or Aston Villa?" He goes, "Oh, I'd rather have Aston Villa, to be honest."
Can I just say before you continue, Bournemouth looks just so lonely compared to Arsenal and the other ones.
Well, it's Seth Rogen.
What
the hell?
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna go a bit different to everyone else. No problem.
I mean, a bit unsubstantiated, really, but we'll let that slide. Alex Brooker, yeah, he's the guy from Last Leg, right? Yeah, I know he's an Arsenal fan. Alfie Allen, fair enough. Anatole Youssef, don't know who that is. Andrew Lincoln, Coral, from Walking Dead. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Coral. Coral, stay with the others.
Andy Murray, knew that one. Angel, don't know who that is.
Did you see that video not so long ago with Andy Murray, and like someone was showing a video of him cheering, I think it was like an England or Scotland goal, and he was like, "Yes, get in," like exactly like that, and it was like,
no, I haven't
was like, calm down.
I haven't seen that yet. I've heard about it. That's very funny. It's like the most muted Scottish celebration of a goal ever. Right, Barbara Windsor, MBE. God rest her. She actually just passed away a few days ago.
I did put up a tweet about it as well because
there we go. So she's got there's a photo of her if you click on it of her in an Arsenal shirt with Arsene Wenger next to her.
Oh
so that's nice.
That's cool.
So there we go. Pretty much proof if proof were needed. Baron Davis, don't know who that is. Bashi, he's one of them. Bashi and Kano, right? They're on Plastic Beach by Gorillaz. So he must be a rapper. Benedict Cumberbatch, I've always been a bit I don't know about that. As much as I'd love Benedict Sherlock, and Doctor Strange to be an Arsenal fan. So despite being photographed at Stamford Bridge, it says Benedict Cumberbatch admits he's an Arsenal fan. He says, "I'm an Arsenal fan, but I haven't made it to the Emirates this season." All right, well, I'll take your word for it then, Benny.
Already you've got more
there we go.
interesting
He's got Bruce Forsyth in there again. You see?
Why is he pulling a Sol Campbell?
There you go. Apparently you can support both teams. C4, don't know who that is. Carl Barrett of the Jackals. And, of course, of Libertines fame. Chip, Christian, Dan Stevens from Downton Abbey.
Okay. I've only watched
Dara
one
O'Brien, yes.
Yeah, I think we were mentioning that last night, weren't we?
He's actually done I believe he's done a few functions. If you have a look at the picture, that's him inside the Emirates just after a function. He says he's an Arsenal season. He says, as an Arsenal season ticket holder, I'm getting grimly used to this X years since you won a trophy business. This was in 2009-10. So God, there's wait 4 more bloody years.
Yeah. I mean, we get
at
the
least
same
we don't
treatment.
get that. At least we don't really get that anymore. But we still get your shit, which is understandable. David Schneider, he's an actor. He was the scientist, I believe, in
Mission Impossible.
24. In 28 Days Later, he was the scientist in the opening.
Yeah, of course.
But he also appears in a lot of big films.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Dermot O'Leary, yep. Dermot O'Leary. X Factor.
X Factor. Arsenal 4-0.
Yeah, he does an Arsenal podcast. Dido. Now, the thing that's interesting about Dido, and I knew about this, she used to go out with Sol Campbell.
Really? Oh wow.
Supposedly, right? Allegedly.
I think
no. Although I think she did. To be fair, but she thanked Arsenal in the liner notes of her album or something along those lines.
I think I feel like making a parody of the Stan music video, but instead of like worshipping Eminem, there's just loads of Arsenal pictures around and like a shrine of Thierry Henry.
Dominic Cooper, yeah, actor. Future gets Ian Poulter, golfer. I knew that. Look, if you can see, he plays golf in an Arsenal shirt, and he has Arsenal golf shoes as well. That's amazing.
Idris Elba, wow.
Idris Elba,
yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. He's very, very passionate about Arsenal, actually, as it goes.
Yeah, Jack Whitehall I already know about from his. Have you seen his YouTube series?
Well,
Training Days.
He's a funny one, Jack Whitehall, because he's. I get the impression he's not really a football fan.
I remember.
You know.
Have you seen his I think what have I seen? His video with Gareth Bale. You know, when he was still at Real Madrid, trying to get Gareth to play for England.
Although I must admit, he did tweet this thing when Gunnosaurus got sacked from Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
He did tweet something along the lines of, "Well, Mesut Ozil's not doing much. He could do a job."
Yeah,
you know, which made me laugh.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
James DeGale, Olympic boxer. Yeah. Jamie Bell, who I pointed out, despite the fact he's from the northeast, one thing I did do on the eve of the FA Cup final against Chelsea, I went through every famous Arsenal fan, it said, on the Wikipedia list, and I checked their Twitter that day to make sure that they were tweeting about the cup final. And Jamie Bell was going mental on his Twitter, so he's definitely an Arsenal fan. So he is, in case you don't know, he played Billy Elliot. He was in the remake of King Kong by Peter Jackson as well. Ah,
okay.
There you go, Jay-Z, like I said.
Yep, there he is, trying to hide from in plain sight.
He actually, there are rumours about him actually buying the club a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah. See, he hinted at interest in investing in Arsenal in 2010, thanks to Thierry Henry.
Well, Ryan Reynolds has bought Wrexham now, hasn't he?
He has. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Interesting, but can't fault
very
it.
Interesting. Jonathan Rhys-Myers, Bend It Like Beckham fame. Josh Franceschi of You Me at 6. That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Doing the Rizzle Kicks. I knew that. I knew Rizzle Kicks were Arsenal fans. Keanu Reeves now. Keanu Reeves. That's a very unfortunate picture.
That's pretty much any picture of him in public, though, because he's very much he's one of the most down to earth actors you could ever meet, because he doesn't.
Keanu Reeves has allegedly been a gooner since at least 2005. Oh, was he Glory Hunter then? That was just after the Invincible season.
I think that was when the Matrix films finished, maybe. So he was just.
I'm happy to have Keanu on board as a gooner. To be honest,
Kevin Costner playing in his new film as Kevin Costner.
Well, there you go. A tweet from Arsenal, apparently. Confirming it.
There we go. I
love KSI. We all know about KSI.
I was just going to say, I love Kevin Costner's role in Breaking Bad. Fantastic.
Yeah. We all know KSI is an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
Lethal Bizzle. Yeah. Leona Lewis.
An actual successful.
Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah,
Lewis Hamilton. I think Michael was a bit gutted last night to find out that his hero is an Arsenal fan.
Oh dear.
Lily Lovelace. Don't know who that is. Locksmith. Mark Strong. Yeah, who is you'll probably recognise him. He was in the Kingsman Brothers
and Kingsman. Yeah,
and Kingsman 1 and 2. Big Arsenal fan, but the first role I saw him in actually was in Fever Pitch, where he was. The Fever Pitch is a film about our last-minute league win to seal the title versus Liverpool in 1989, and he starred alongside Colin Firth in that film. And part of the reason they hired him was because he was a real-life Arsenal fan.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. Martin Kemp. My dad has actually sat next to Martin Kemp before at an Arsenal game. From Spandau Ballet and, of course, the EastEnders. Matt Damon. No, I'm not sure about that. Look, he's at Stamford Bridge and he's next to someone in a Chelsea scarf. No, I'm not having that.
Oh no, who was it? Was it Adam Lallana or someone like that? He was no, it was one of the football players last season who was on loan to another club, but he was wearing the Liverpool jacket instead of the club he was loaned to when he was on the bench, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. You get some weird people, weird celebs follow multiple teams like Bruce Forsyth. Matt Lucas, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of my favorite. I've got to say, he's one of my favorite examples of Arsenal fans because I am a fan of his work. Mick Jagger, that's an interesting one.
You just got a massive plethora of celebrities
I
supporting Arsenal.
know. Milton Jones, yeah, he's definitely an Arsenal fan. Mo Farah, that's my second favourite, actually. I would say Arsenal fan.
Although I'm looking at a name now, and I don't think Spurs have anything on it.
I know which name you're going to bring up, but bring out the picture of Mo Farah just quickly.
That is just my.
Yeah, no, that. Basically, he went to one game in the mid-90s, which was Arsenal v Torino, and my uncle was at the same game. So my uncle, I guess you can say that he went to the same Arsenal game that Osama Bin Laden did.
Oh man!
Highbury, God knows why he was there. But
if only at that time they were giving everybody in the stadium ankle bracelets.
Yeah. But maybe the whole reason why he went into hiding was because we were a bit shit and Tottenham was starting to get good.
Oh my God! I just.
But yeah, bring up the picture of Mo Farah. I just like that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a nice little one with him and Thierry Henry, and he's a big Arsenal fan. I wish he'd have won I'm a Celeb, actually, by the way. But
who did win? Because I haven't been watching it.
Monty Panesar, who's actually a local hero. He's from Luton.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
He's a cricketer.
That explains why I don't know who he is.
Nick Hornby, who obviously wrote High Fidelity, wrote Fever Pitch. Obviously, he's a massive Arsenal fan.
Mm-hmm.
Nicola Adams, boxer. Yeah, I heard she was. Patsy Palmer, aka Bianca from EastEnders.
Oh,
Ricky,
you fat shit.
Phil Tufnell.
Yeah,
from Question of Sport. And ex-cricketing geezer. Philip Glenister. Here we go. Here's my least favourite fan on the list. Piers Morgan.
Philip Glenister. Is that what's his name from it? From Life
on Mars.
Is he that one?
Yeah.
You bastards.
That one, yeah.
Right. I can't remember his name.
Life on Mars.
Gene, that's the one.
That's right.
Don't move. You're surrounded by armed bastards. Love him.
But yeah, Piers Morgan or Piers Moron, as I like to.
Oh, I didn't know he was an Arsenal fan. Oh,
I didn't know.
I didn't know.
God, he's one of the people that make me embarrassed to be associated with Arsenal.
I still remember when he sent out a tweet. You know, when Wales got to the semi-finals of the Euros, and we were saying we were chuffed of how far they'd gotten, because it was really good how far they gotten. And Pierce was tweeting, "Why are you celebrating losing in the semi-finals? You should only celebrate if you come first," and all that shit.
Yeah, he's just a gobby little git, I don't like him at all. I don't like his viewpoints or his views. I don't like Good Morning Britain, all that stuff. But we'll move on.
Yeah.
Prince Harry and Queen Elizabeth II.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I think I can buy Prince Harry.
Philip, fire the cannon.
I know Will is a Villa fan. Prince William.
Right, okay.
But yeah, there we go. There's Prince Harry and meeting Arsene Wenger somewhere. And yeah, the Queen. It was a famous clip on Mock the Week, actually. It was Hugh Dennis doing a voiceover of the Arsenal team meeting the Queen.
Oh, right, okay.
And they used to do that. And Hugh Dennis himself is an Arsenal fan, by the way. He's not on this list, but I know he's an Arsenal fan.
Oh, okay.
Ravi Papara, Reggie Yates, yeah. Rizzle Kicks, like I mentioned earlier. Robert Pattinson. There we go.
Interesting.
So apparently this is a quote. Apparently, I miss the newspapers. I still prefer English newspapers to US one. I miss reading the sports section. I miss the football. Arsenal. And there's him with Theo.
There we
which
go.
is a weird photo.
To see now, yeah.
Batman is an Arsenal fan. So
Batman
There
the
you
fan.
Roger Daltrey, that's another favourite fan of mine. Frontman of the Who. Not the Who as in HU, the Mongolian folk metal band, but the actual Who.
I feel like that would be the other way round if you said the Who.
Ramesh Ranganathan, who I bumped into briefly when I was working at the Grove after he did a set there, and I said, "Oh, great show, Ramesh," and he was like, "Oh, yeah, cheers." So I can say I kind of met him, but I know he's an Arsenal fan and great comedian.
Rupert Graves.
Rupert Graves, yeah, he was the police sergeant in Sherlock, probably most notable.
I haven't watched Sherlock. I need to. I feel like.
Oh, you've never seen Sherlock?
Nope.
Mate, it's brilliant. It's the only TV show I've ever really watched. Like
Really?
that's recent anyway.
Ah, okay.
Sarah Jane Crawford from X Factor, I guess. I don't know.
remember who she is. Sean Diddy.
Sean
P. Diddy.
Yeah, P Diddy.
Oh,
Yeah, here's another one. All the hip hop. We've got all the hip hop stars.
Yeah.
We got Jay-Z. We got P Diddy. Brilliant.
Jay-Z, P. Diddy, Sir Ian McKellen.
He's not an Arsenal fan, is he?
Can you
Ian
imagine
McKellen?
him as a defender? You know what line I'm going to say, don't you? You shall not pass!
The ball. Yeah.
Go back
Sorry,
to the
Mick-
shadows.
We're gonna need substantiation for Ian McKellen, because if that is true, that's probably shooting right to the top of my list of my favourite Arsenal fans. Spike Lee, yeah, I knew that. Obviously, notorious film director, brilliant film director, I should say, of stuff like Black Klansman, Do the Right Thing, Jungle Fever, all these movies. Susie Dent from Dictionary Corner, I did not know that. From Countdown. Terms in Alphabet, Tiger, Ulysses. Will Poulter, from This Is England.
Will Poulter, do you say?
Yeah, from This Is England. Wretch 32, I knew that
yeah.
one. Young Thug, Zac Efron. Yeah, look, apparently he's...
Zoe Ashton as well.
That is a good photo, actually, if you have a look.
Well, Wretch
of Zac
32.
Efron.
Wait. Interesting.
Yeah.
He's
wearing the shirt, to be fair, so...
He's at the stadium trying to find his next victim.
I haven't seen that, was it Ted Bundy, is it?
Shockingly Cruel, and I can't remember the full title.
No, I haven't. I know James Hetfield is in that as playing a copper. As like a cameo.
Okay.
Zora Ashton and Daisy Ridley.
I do like Zoe Ashton and definitely like Daisy Ridley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, you've just got a superstar list compared to Spurs.
There we go. There's a fascinating insight as to celebrity
I've just got the cast of Harry Potter. That's what I've got.
And wrestlers.
Well, we'll have
Whereas I've got hip hop stars. I've got royalty. I've got terrorists.
Yeah.
I've got everyone's going on.
Then Aston Villa, we've got David Cameron, Ian Bell, Prince William. There you go, and Tom Hanks.
We'll probably. We'll get on to more of these maybe next week. How about that?
Yeah, of course.
This could be a regular segment.